How's it going, folks? This is Joe with Joe's Gaming Electronics, joesge.com, where we buy, sell, and repair brand name electronics. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a review, some pros and cons about the Solo3 wireless versus the Solo Pro wireless. Alright, so first off, let's look at the look of these and the design. So this specific one, the Solo Pro, looks a little bit bigger. It's definitely heavier, and the design is slightly different as well. And it has a couple key features which are better than the Solo3s. First things first, we're going to start off with the battery life. The Solo Pro has about 20 hours of battery life. Also, we have to keep in mind that the Solo Pro has active noise cancellation. The Solo3 has about 40 hours of battery life, but it has no active noise cancellation. So only the ear pads themselves are causing some noise isolation, which is good, but it's not as good as noise cancellation, which is pretty sick. So these designs are both on ear, meaning the ear pad sits on top of your ear, not around your ear like you'd see with the Studio 3 or something else. Here's an ear pad. Here's the look of how it looks like on my ear right here. And you can see there with the Solo Pro ear pad, it's a lot thicker than the Solo3 ear pad, and it's a lot bigger as well. So here's the Solo3 right here and the Solo Pro. The Solo3 is slightly smaller than the Solo Pro. If you can see the thickness, the Solo Pro definitely has about twice as much thickness. Then it's a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more luxurious in general. And then there are some pros and cons about these ear pads. The reason why I bring them up is so you guys can see. We sell these parts, that's why we have them. And so this is something to keep in mind. So one of the things that I like about the Solo Pros, which are all can be a pro or a con, is the fact that the Solo Pros do fit a little bit more snug in my ears. And I think that's because the band here is a little bit closer and it retracts much faster. And the reason why I like that is if I'm going to be going to the gym just for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, these are great. Put them on, they're going to hold on really strong, and we're good to go. If you're going to be chilling with these for about 2 to 3 hours, your ears are going to start hurting. Almost the same feeling that I got from wearing Beats Mixers when I was wearing those back in the day. You kind of get this feeling in your ear like somebody just punched your ear or something like that. It takes a little bit while to get used to that, but it is something to keep in mind because you can see the headband here is holding it. You put your face around and you have a lot of tension coming down on it from this headband right here. So something to keep in mind if you're going to be wearing this for a longer period of time. The Solo3s for me have always been more comfortable, but in general the Solo Pros have a lot more technology built in, which is a lot sicker. So you're going to have better sound quality, you're going to have better connection, not as good battery life as well, but the sound quality is better, and you have noise cancellation, which is obviously really, really cool. So I'm going to show you guys the form factor of this. This is the folding design here. It folds and then it expands up and down. Very similar to the Solo3, the way it is designed. Fold that down. This is kind of how it looks right here. All right, and then you have your Solo3, which folds as well. And then you can expand it. You hear that noise there? That's a couple little pins in the back that hold it to make that noise. If you look in the Solo, or hear the Solo Pro, that's the difference when Beats used to make Beats, or Apple took over Beats and started making things sound a lot cooler. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, one of the things that the Solo Pros have, which can be a benefit, is you turn them off by simply folding the hinges as if you were done, and then boom, you're done. You don't have to click any power on or off battery. You don't have to click a power on or off to turn it off, but if you want to, you can do that as well. And then when you unfold them again, they'll go ahead and reconnect to your phone if you're connected to Bluetooth. And then it'll tell you what's going on. It makes a little dinking noise. And then on the right side here, you have your volume control. You hit that and you start jamming to your music again, which is really, really cool. I like that you don't have to click that button. It's a little bit of convenience. At the same time, when you fold them, generally you're done. So then you're going to save battery life, which is pretty smart as well. So you won't be having these on standby as often. One of the things the Solo Pros has is it has the H1 chip, and the Solo3 has the W1 chip. What does that mean? It just means that the connection between your iPhone and your headphones is going to be a little bit cleaner, a little bit better with the H1. So all around, the H1 chip's just a better chip. It's a newer chip. The W1 chip was one that's a little bit older. It's not going to be as clean of a connection, which is okay. All of it's basically the same. It just adds a little bit of added features, and it's a little bit more sleek. Like when they come out with the newest iPhone, it just has slightly better this, slightly better that. Same thing with these chips that they put on the headphones as well. All right. So like I mentioned, the Solo3 wireless do not have any noise cancellation. The Solo Pro wireless do have noise cancellation. That's something to keep in mind if you're going to be wanting some noise cancellation versus noise isolation. So in regards to the pricing right now, so the Solo3s are generally about 40 to 50 bucks cheaper than the Solo Pros. We sell these on our website as well, joesge.com, if you guys want to buy some awesome refurbished headphones. And that's something to keep in mind as well. If you want to save a couple bucks, go with the Solo3s. If you have a couple extra bucks, go with the Solo Pros. You're not going to be disappointed with it. All right, I'm going to do a sound test and we're going to be rocking. All right, I'm going to put these on. We have our volume control, up, down volume, pause, play, and then double click, triple click to go next. Is there a lot of noise coming out? All right, so it holds it pretty well, 100%. Yeah, look at it, hold it on. It doesn't move that much. These would be great for the gym, really. The Solos are definitely much more refined. The Solo Pros are a more refined sound than the Solo3s. But the Solo3s kick, man. Oh yeah, they kick way better than the Solo Pros. Much stronger bass. This kind of reminds me of the old school Studio 2 wireless, where you got some nice. Wow. So here's the design. Alright, so unexpected stuff happened. The Solo3s definitely have a much stronger sound. I do prefer the Solo3s, have a little bit muddier bass, they're a little bit louder, so which is dope. And the Solo Pros, definitely a little bit more refined, a little bit more chill, not a strong bass. I'm kicking with the Solo3s, I love it. And yeah, that is really surprising. I haven't done a sound test on these yet. We've been fixing these and selling these for a while now, but I haven't done a comparison. I've worn them individually, obviously, but haven't done a comparison next to them side by side. And the Solo3s definitely have a much stronger driver. The drivers are a little bit different on the Solo Pros. It did change them up. They're still 40 millimeters in size, but I'm guessing maybe the ear pad is a little bit thicker, so you're not going to hear it as clearly. I don't know necessarily what's going on, but the Solo3s to me personally sound a lot more awesome, which is surprising given that they're the older pair of headphones. Alright, so design wise, Solo Pros look pretty sick. I would say a little bit more of a premium feel, as you guys can tell right there. And what's really awesome about Beats product in general, a lot of people buy them because of the awesome colors. You know, if you're going to be getting some Bose headphones, you have 3 color options. You're going to get some Beats headphones, you have 18 color options. So it could fit anyone's lifestyle. It looks pretty sick. We customize the headphones, and if you put some black on the inside or white on some Solo Pros, I mean, it's just killer. It doesn't get any better than that, honestly. All right. One more thing I want to show you guys is the upgraded versions here. If you look here, as you can tell, Apple had influence, no audio port. Yeah, that's crazy. So there's a Type-C charger port just to charge it up. And if you look here on this one, you have your micro USB, just a standard micro USB charger cable, and your 3.5 millimeter. Back in the old days, you guys remember that. Samsung users have no idea what we're talking about, but if you're an iPhone user, you know what's up. So if we're looking at the power buttons here, here's the different designs. The Solo Pro has a slightly larger one. It's a little bit more flush. It's not as intrusive, doesn't stick out as much. The Solo3 is a little bit more noticeable. As you can tell, there's a little light there as well, which is kind of cool if you want that. But the Solo Pros are a little bit more sleek. If we're looking at the charger ports here, the charger ports on this side. As you can see, this is a Lightning, the Apple charger, and you have a micro USB charger on this side. If we look at the other side, there are no audio cables on this side, so if you're going to try to connect this to the airplane TV, good luck, can't really do that. So we have the 3.5 mil on this side, and we have nothing on the other side, so that kind of sucks. All right. One last thing we're going to talk about is the fast fuel charge. The Solo3s, you charge your Solo3s for 5 minutes, you get 3 hours of playback. You charge your Solo Pros for 5 minutes, 10 minutes that is, you get 3 hours of playback. a little bit longer. They have the fast fuel. In general, from what we've experienced, the fast fuel charge has ruined all batteries on all headphones on all Apple products. It sucks. It's not very good. It's awesome for you and me to be able to plug it in for 5 to 10 minutes, but then it kind of screws up a lot of the batteries. So long term, I do not like the way Apple is doing this to all their items. Fast fuel charge, boom, 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 and then you get this crappy battery, and 3 months, 6 months later, the batteries just get screwed because we're rapidly charging really fast. And you really want to have stability where it charges and it drops and it has that memory and the battery cells. So that's something I'm not liking, but just for you and me, it's pretty awesome. Charge it for 5 minutes, you get 3 hours. Charge it for 10 minutes, you get 3 hours of use out of it, which is pretty awesome. So yes, these both have internal microphones built in to be able to take phone calls, to receive, to reject. If your grandma's calling and maybe you're mad at her, reject the phone call. But in general, you can pick up phone calls with these. They have internal microphones, not the best. They're both pretty good though, either way. And you can do Zoom calls with these, connect these to your laptop or connect these to your phone, whatever you want to do, you can do that. They have call functions just the same way, like you can pause and play the music. You can use those same exact controls to control a phone call and stuff like that. What else do we got, cameraman? All right, folks, that's all we got for the Solo Pro wireless versus the Solo3 wireless. As you can tell, Apple had a lot of influence on this pair of headphones, and I'm guessing they're gonna keep doing that as they roll out more and more headphones with Beats. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns, feel free to leave them in the comments. My little brother Aaron will probably comment, or he'll forget one way or another. Feel free to do so. Like, subscribe, and check us out online and support us by buying headphones from our website. That's the way we roll. joesge.com is our website. My name is Joe, signing out. Have a wonderful day.